up, guys? It's your girl T Travels, and today I am bringing you my first carnival story. As you can see, I got my Barbados rag, I got my Jolly Roger cup, and I got my cheese on bread tee. And every Bajan I know hates this shirt.
Walk it up, no! Hey, hey! Chuck it up, hey, hey! Mash it up, hey, hey! I come in here as a loner. I know you spot me from far. We had a good drink together and mingled down by the bar. One thing lead to another, and we end up on the dance floor. With hands in the air, belt in waist, like we don't want to go home and a ballin'.
Guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, my name is T of T Travels. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all things T Travels and get alerts whenever we post new videos, whenever we update our travel itinerary for the year. You'll be the first to know. So today I wanted to bring you our very first story time, which by request is going to be on my first carnival experience, which was at Barbados Crop Over. That was my first time playing mass, so I'm going to give you guys all the details on why I chose Crop Over, how it compared to other experiences I've had, the do's, the don'ts I learned, and everything in between. So keep it locked. This video is going to be all about Barbados Crop Over. It is a lot, so bear with me, but I'm going to try to give you guys as much detail as possible on what I did, what I should have did when preparing for Barbados Crop Over for my first time playing mass. That was my first time playing mass anywhere, but my first time at Crop Over, and I completely fell in love. So sit tight. I'm gonna give you guys all the details, everything you need to know, everything that I wish I knew. I'm gonna plug you to all the info. First of all, no story time is complete without a little bit of libation, and today we got a little bit of Barbados rum punch that I always make sure to bring back with me when I come back. My first time playing mass was at Barbados Crop Over, of course. It was 2018. I always said that I wanted to go to Crop Over. I always said that I wanted to play mass. I've been to carnivals before, but that was my first time playing mass. I have been back and forth to Barbados for about a year. Yeah, about a year. I had some situations going on in Barbados, so I had been back and forth the whole year. So I was like, you know what, this is gonna be the year. I had always seen Rihanna dressed up for Kaduma Day, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see her one day, I'm gonna do this. So let's see, when I realized what all went into preparing for Crop Over, the parties and everything, a little bit of a backstory, I was terrified. I was really trying to figure out how I could go about doing this by myself, because I had nobody that at that time that would travel with me, and certainly not go to Carnival and play mass with me. So I actually ended up reaching out to the Carnival and Soca blogs. I think it was Follow Soca. I reached out to Follow Soca on Instagram, and I did like the Dear Follow Soca letter. And I was just explaining, I'm gonna post up the actual letter, but I was just explaining about how I really wanted to go to Crop Over. I had nobody to go with. Should I go by myself and just like wing it, or should I just, you know, stay home? And so the feedback that I got from that post was crazy. Like, to this day, some of my closest friends in the world came from me making that post and reaching out, and it was amazing. Everybody was basically saying, go, like, live your life, go get your entire life. And so I did, and I ended up meeting 3 of the girls that reached out, that had commented under the post, and I ended up meeting 3 of the girls at Crop Over, and we have been close ever since. So when I got there, you know, everybody kind of made it a point to, you know, support me through this and, you know, guide me through this, so I wasn't so much afraid of doing this on my own. So when I got to Barbados, let's see, I left because I was doing the whole buddy pass thing at the time, being cheap. So I was doing the long layovers and everything, which was clutch at the time, definitely on a budget. But let's see, I left on Thursday, and I think I arrived Friday morning or later Thursday night.
It is almost 5 a.m. and I am at the Toronto airport. Had a long overnight layover, but I'm about to be boarding for Bridgetown in a little while. Well, not boarding, but I'll be getting checked in for Bridgetown in a little while. I'm exhausted. I just want to get there already.
I be fiending for piggies when I first land, but on my last trip I became the latest chefette addict. So you know what I had to do. Got my roadie. It's going down. Just, you know, kind of getting settled in. The next night is when the parties and everything started happening. So the first party that I went to was Lifted. I had gotten all my tickets and everything beforehand, just kind of like stalking Instagram. Stalking Instagram was very vital for me, was very key for me. So I stalked Instagram. I got all the parties, all the tickets to the parties that I wanted to go to. So the first party was Lifted. I believe that's by Elevate Events, Just Jay, Booze Cruise, and a couple of the major players out in Barbados. So I did Lifted. It was low key, but it was huge. It was popping. I think the tickets were like 25 US, and I remember they had a special. You got like they had like bottles of Remy for like $30 US or something like that, and bottles of Bel Air for like 20, 25 or something like that US. So it was lit. Like I walked in there, the first thing I did was I grabbed some Remy, grabbed some Bel Air, and I linked with two of my friends that I met from Follow Soca. It was amazing. Like, it was insane. Lil Rick performed, Bungie Garland, King Bubba came out, so that was an amazing starter.
I want to get panic. You got the juice, I got the rum. You got the juice, I got the rum.
a first Carnival Fete, first crop over Fete. If you're like on a budget, like I said, the tickets run no more than like 25 US, and it's an amazing time. I believe they had food there too. Yeah, they did. They had KFC. But yeah, the drink specials were to die. So now the next night was the next Fete, which was Crank Beach Party. I believe that was Friday night. And let me just say, back in the day when I first started this thing, I used to be a lot better about spacing out my fetes. Now, if you know me, you've experienced my trips, you've registered for one of my packages, you kind of see how the itinerary goes. There is no sleep. Like, I used to like really believe in sleep. Like, I promise I did. I used to sleep once upon a time. And so back then, you know, I wasn't really familiar with how the fetes ran, how they overlapped and everything like that. So I was spacing my fetes out. So I waited to the next night. There were other things going on that night, but I didn't really prepare for. So I waited till the next night. I missed all the boat parties, all the like breakfast parties and stuff like that because I just didn't know. But the next night, Friday night, was Crank Beach Party, and that one is hosted by, that one's given by Trini Jungle Juice. And that was, I forgot what beach it was at. I want to say it was at Pirates Cove. One of those in Barbados. But yeah, that's when I linked with Charlotte for the second time, and that's when I met the real Charlotte. If you don't know who the real Charlotte is, you just have to come on one of our trips, because that's when the real Charlotte came out. And yeah, so we actually linked with some of our French friends, some of her friends from Dominica, France, and just the French soca lovers. They party. They party. They does party. Party. That one started at like 9, and I actually ended up getting there at like 8. First of all, any fete, especially in the Caribbean, if it starts at 8, if it starts at 9, get there at 12. Like, you don't want to be, you may as well help them set up. If you're gonna get there when the fete starts, or even before the fete starts, you may as well help them set up, because it's gonna be another 2 to 3 hours before it actually gets started. So I learned, that was something crucial that I learned from just the whole experience. That was when I first realized that, you know, time. Nothing starts on time when it comes to fetes. So yeah, I was there mad early because, you know, my ride, he had something else to do. So it was either go back to where I was staying, which was on the whole other side of the island, and possibly not be able to make it back, or just get dropped off early. So I did that, and that was not a pleasant experience. But when it finally got started and everybody came through, it was lit. I met some more people. Every fete I went to, I was just meeting people, and people that I've linked with in so many other places that I've still kept in contact with. So yeah, Crank Beach Party, I believe it was at Pirates Cove. I'm not sure, somewhere in that area in Barbados. It was at one of those beaches. But yeah, it was lit. It was a really nice setup. It was by Trini Jungle Juice, and Lil Rick performed it that way. Yo, when I say I have never seen Lil Rick is probably one of the most hardworking men that I've ever seen in my life. I'm not exactly sure. Lil Rick and Just Jay. Shout out to them, because I promise you, every party I was at and then the road, they were there. Every fete that I went to, they were there. They performed. And I'm like, how is it possible? Because I know like my fetes were overlapping. So how is it possible for you to literally be in two places at the same time? Like, that was really weird to me. But yeah, that was amazing. Like, and Lil Rick's energy is just like insane, because it's like he has this energy. I don't care if he does like 3 or 4 parties in the same night, he's gonna have this same energy, and it's amazing. Like, if you ever get a chance to go anywhere where Lil Rick is on the bill, if he's performing, you need to be there. Like, everybody needs to see Lil Rick perform at least once in their life, because he's just phenomenal. Like, it's insane. Like, if you're dead in a party, if you are about to fall out, he will wake you up. I promise you.
Barbados, we are great. Yes, I'm just fucking put your hands in the air right now. Put your hands in the air right now.
Yeah, that was Crank Beach Party. Bunch of amazing DJs, pretty dope performances. Yeah, Crank was kind of a blur. There was a lot going on at Crank, but we met a bunch of different people. I do remember that. And so that night, we left Crank at what, like 1 a.m., 1 a.m. And we had Caesar's Army. We had Juve that night, which started at 2 a.m. So we went back to one of Charlotte's friends' houses. She stayed a little bit closer to where they were doing Caesar's Army that year. I can't remember exactly where it was. It was at one of those parks, one of those fields. But yeah, we took literally like an hour nap, and then we had to get up and like cut up our t-shirts and everything. Now, just want to go back real quick. I used a concierge service for my first Carnival experience. And it was called Crop Over We Go. It's ran by Jess. That was the best decision that I could have made. I was already thinking about doing like the travel concierge thing, but that's when I first really realized that people need Carnival concierge, because I don't think I know my experience wouldn't have been as smooth as it was had it not been for Jess at Crop Over We Go. So I'm not sure if she has a YouTube channel, but you can go on Instagram and on Facebook, Crop Over We Go. She is amazing. When I say she handled everything, like she did my drop-offs, she met me at different places to bring me things like as they became available. Her communication skills are off the chain. Anytime, I promise you, I asked that lady like 27,000 questions, and she answered every single one of them. So big up yourself, Jess at Crop Over We Go. She's really amazing at what she does, and she really inspired me on this journey to become a concierge owner myself. So yeah, she organized my fetes for me. She registered me with my band, my costume band, picked up my costume, she delivered my costume, she did everything. So we got the tickets for Caesar's Army, and I got my package from her when I first landed. It came with a t-shirt. I have a clip of what all came into it. I was so excited. But it was a t-shirt, it was a rag, and a couple other things. We woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to cut up our shirts and everything, and we had to get right on the road because it was a little drive, but then it was also a little walk, which in most cases for a Juve in Barbados, you're gonna walk a little bit because all of the fields where they tend to have Juve are kind of out, like outside the center. So yeah, we were barely functioning at that point, but we had to jump up, get ready for Caesar's Army, and so Caesar's Army ended at about Caesar's Army ended at about 9, yeah, about 9 or 10 a.m. And we had a boat ride, my very first boat ride. with the exception of like cruises and things like that. Sorry, I had to take a chicken break. But with the exception of like cruises and stuff, I've never been on like a boat ride, like a fete. And this was my first boat ride. It was by Scorch. It was Scorch Cruise, and man, first of all, I didn't even know that you could really like fit that many people on like a regular size boat. Like not quite a catamaran, but like a regular ass boat. Like there had to be easy 400 people on this boat. I could be exaggerating, I'm not sure, but there was about 400 people on this boat, and it was live. Take a look. So as you can see, like I was barely hanging on. Like I was holding on to faith at that point. Like I was hanging on by a thread. When I first got on that boat, I sat down. I think we ate, like they had food on the boat. It was an all-inclusive cruise. Great option. If you're gonna do a cruise, if you're gonna do a boat cruise for Carnival, anywhere, but especially for Barbados, make sure that it's all-inclusive, because man, sailing, motion sickness, you get hungry and you're gonna be drinking. This was coolers. Actually, it wasn't all inclusive, it was coolers, but they did have food. It was free food, so it wasn't all inclusive, but it was free food and coolers. So yeah, you need something. You need free food or all inclusive. That's the best option. But Scorch Cruise was amazing. Like the vibes, as you can see, the vibes were at an all-time high. That was my second favorite boat cruise. That was my second favorite boat cruise. So I would definitely recommend that. I think the tickets were like 60 US, 50 or 60 US, something like that, for Scorch Cruise. And like I said, food inclusive. You can bring a cooler. So when I first got on there, because like I said, we went straight from Caesar's Army Ambush, and we got ready. I think we got ready in like an hour. We went back to the house for like an hour, and then we were back at the docks to get on the boat. And when I first got on that boat, I sat down to eat whatever we were eating. I think it was fish cakes. Yeah, we were eating fish cakes. Gotta have fish cakes in Barbados. But we were eating fish cakes, and literally my eyes were rolling in the back of my head. I think I got a clip of that. I'm gonna put it in if I got it. But yeah, my eyes were rolling in the back of my head. I could not see straight. But you know, once that Johnny got to flowing, and the Hennessy, and you know, the fish cakes got really deep in my system.
I see some friends all the way from New York and inside with a New York posse. Let's go! Every day is sweat, I come out to better, better sweating more than you. It's sweat, I come out to sweat, I went to sweating more than you. I come to wine and jump and I'm to catch it more than you. Just when I'm fetting off course, I just do it like a boss. I'm fetting morning and evening. Bend over, bend over, bend over, bend over, bend over.
So that was a lot. Yeah, Scorch Cruise was really like, it was off the chain. We did a lot with Scorch Cruise. So after Scorch Cruise, what do we do? Later that night, matter of fact, was Lost in Paradise. And I was determined, like I knew there were other things happening, but the road was the next day. I knew there were other things happening, but I was determined to make Lost in Paradise my last fet for before the road, because I'm a person, I cannot fet the night before the road, or like how they have, you know, sometimes some places have Juve at like 2 o'clock in the morning and then you're on the road at like 9-10. I can't do that. I can't. There's no way I'll be able to do makeup and everything else before tanning or whatever before the road, like, and I need that. Like, as you can see, I have my moments. I'm a chocolate chick, but there's a lot that goes into getting me ready to be in the sun all day. As you can see, I have red undertones, so I'll be looking like somebody punched me in the face half the time, and it's a lot to get ready, for me to get ready. So we're gonna get into all that and how that was a nightmare. But yeah, Elevate events, Lost in Paradise, that was probably one of the amazing fests. That's gonna be my staple. That's gonna be it's new. That was actually 2018 was the first year. 2019 was the second year. I've been both years. That's gonna be my go-to. Every single year I have to go to Elevate events, Lost in Paradise. It is thrown by Just Jay, Elevate events, Rory Fenty, Rihanna's brother. So you know it's like top-notch everything. And more heavy hitters in Barbados. They do Elevate events, presents Lost in Paradise, and it's a whole paradise theme, flowers everywhere, just beautiful, and it's all inclusive. The tickets are about $75 US. Yeah, $75 US. It's actually the cheapest all-inclusive I've ever done. Every other all-inclusive I've ever done was upwards of $90 US, and that one is it's consistent. Both years, $75 US. You get food, like not little finger food. You get food, honey. And all-inclusive premium liquor, top shelf liquor, and they don't run out. The first year, I think I was drinking Hennessy. I was drinking Hennessy all night. Never ran out. Last year, 2019, 1738 the whole night. Never ran out. Never put any limit, nothing. 1738 the whole night. When I say Jasmine, I ain't gonna tell all Jasmine's business, but Jasmine ended up having 11 shots of 1738, and it was insane. So yeah, Elevate Events presents Lost in Paradise. Big up yourselves. Every single year you will see me there, because that is just...
You've been to Barbados before, right?
20 shots.
This is your first crop over.
And you know that a drunk man is tell the true stories. And if I tell a true story now, it means that before I have my breakfast, I gotta don't put on the side. Y'all decode what I'm trying to tell y'all.
The performances, not to mention all of that is great, but the performances, the first year, yeah, Hyper Dog, Lil Rick, of course, was there, as he was everywhere, and Just Jay, and Hype Man PA. I'm trying to think what other performances. You know, when you got all inclusive, Hennessy, 1738, stuff like that, things become hazy. But yeah, we had top-notch performances both years. Actually, DJ Puffy emceed that first year, 2018. He emceed that first year, and his energy was just like that. I think that was my first time really experiencing DJ Puffy, and he was just like all over the place. Like, he was hyped. I was impressed. But yeah, some great performances for the first year. The second year, first year, how could I forget? Skinny Fabulous performed first year. I love Skinny Fabulous. So yeah, that was really dope. He came out into the crowd and everything. Femba was there, did Mind Your Funky Business, and 2018 was the year for Mind Your Funky Business. Like, it was everywhere. I think I have like, I have like 8 clips of me singing Mind Your Funky Business drunk into the camera. So if you see that, just don't mind me. But yeah, so that was 2018. 2019 was even better for Lost in Paradise. Had more performances. They actually had voice. Zeke with Wet It Up. Voice performed some of his hits. Skinny Fabulous was there. Who else? Problem Child. I want to say Lyrical was there. Lyrical was there too. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot more performances for 2019. So I could see them getting bigger and better.
You are my army. People, I have one suggestion for you. You should just clear the way. It's going to get a little struggle. My army right now, when I say I am the general, you are following the general. If you are a soldier in my army, put your hands in the air like this, please.
But so that was Lost in Paradise. After Lost in Paradise, I'm like, I'm going to sleep because I had a 7 a.m. makeup appointment. That was my first time, it was my first time having to get up, do hair, do makeup, and get into a costume. So I knew I needed my sleep. I needed to be responsible and go to bed. But I was getting calls and text messages the whole night, like, where you at? I think Crave the band did an event that night, and some other people. But I was like, I'm going back to the hotel. I'm gonna cut it short. Nowadays, nah. I still don't really. I think the latest I'll stay out on the night before a carnival will probably be about 2 a.m. I'm not gonna do nothing too crazy. But yeah, so the next day was road. I just have to prepare myself because just to even relive this experience. Okay, so for Carnival Day, for Kaduma Day, Carnival Day is actually called Kaduma Day in Barbados. And I had chosen to jump with Beige International. Amazing band, amazing vibes. I did frontline for my first costume because I'm like, you know, this is my first time playing mask. I have to go big or go home. So yeah, I had makeup. My makeup appointment was at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what happened. I know there were 2 makeup artists. One was kind of prepping us, priming us and everything. And the other one was doing the actual eyes and the art. And, you know, I just felt like it was a good system. I was there. My appointment was at 7. I got there at like 6:15. Like, I woke my ride up. I was like, hey, I got somewhere to be. So I was very prompt for everything. But still, long story short, I didn't get out of makeup until 11 a.m. I missed everything. I missed the stage. And really I thought my experience, my crop over experience was ruined. Like, I missed everything. Thank God, the person I was with, he knew, where to take me, where to drop me off. And like literally, I forgot. I want to say Bay Street. But whatever he did, whatever little shortcut he took, my band was right there. So where he let me off, because you know you can't come all the way through. You know, everything's closed off. Eagle Hall, everything's like, there's not too many ways in. But whatever he did, he got me right there in front of my band. So that was amazing. If it wasn't for that, I would have spent probably another hour after getting there at 11 o'clock. I probably would have spent another hour looking for my band. So, you know, I was jumping by myself. Charlotte was in the same band, but I was jumping frontline. I didn't really, at the time, I guess I didn't realize that like you can go to the back of the truck if you're frontline. Like, it's okay. You can go to the back of the truck if you're frontline. So I never really I didn't get to link with her on the road until the end of Carnival. So literally, I jumped the whole Carnival by myself. From 11, I didn't find her till probably about 3 or 4 o'clock. So, but I didn't know the difference. I didn't have a cup. I never got a cup for whatever reason. So I was literally getting plastic cups. And at one point, one of the bartenders just gave me the bottle, like, here. I was drinking Hennessy. He just gave me the bottle, like, here, you're fine.
Big up the BDF crew, everyone's nice. Big up the other man. This is Beige International, big up Barry. We got Travis World, Johnny Bubbles and Evolution now touching down. We are on the straight.
heard the music, Beijing Bashment. Let me tell you something. I'm a Niger girl by blood. In my heart, you cannot tell me that I wasn't born in St. Michael, Barbados. Like, I love Barbados so much. That's why I knew that had to be the first place that I played mass. That had to be my first carnival. And I'm so happy I did. Like, I love Carnival. No matter where I am. I don't care. I could be in China. I could be in Timbuktu. I'm still gonna love Carnival. But Barbados Crop Over holds a special, very special place in my heart, because I don't think that anywhere else I could be. You know, you can go to Carnival by yourself. You're gonna link with people. You're gonna meet people. And you're probably gonna make lifelong friends. But for me to have jumped the whole carnival by myself, and you know, people show love, people are passing. I took so many pictures with strangers, with people's babies and stuff. And I'm like, I got on the phone right now. You sure you want me to take a picture with your baby? But just so much love was shown, and like for me to be by myself pretty much the whole time and still feel that feeling, still feel that love. You know, the music's pumping, I got the Henny in me, and like everybody's showing love, everybody's walking up on me, and you know, I don't think I could have gotten that anywhere else. I have yet to get that anywhere else. It's just different. So I definitely recommend Barbados Crop Over as a first carnival experience. It's a lot easier to navigate than a lot of other carnivals. The fets are actually a little bit cheaper than a lot of the other carnivals. And you know, you can always find somebody to kind of help you out and guide you along, you know. I think every time that I've been to Barbados and I've gone to like parties, even if it was just like to party for a church, I went for my birthday. I had actually gone for my birthday in June of that year, and then doubled back in August for Crop Over. So I had met some people in June when I went, and ended up linking with them again when I went for Crop Over. So anytime you go and like, whether you party or just hang out, you're gonna meet people in Barbados, and you know, they're gonna help you along wherever you decide to go or whatever you decide to do. They're gonna help you along. So definitely highly recommended Barbados Crop Over for a first real carnival experience. Now you have the smaller carnivals, the smaller kind of low-key carnivals that are obviously gonna be the easiest, because it's like you're not looking to really do too much or get into much, which I will do a video on one of those as well, which carnival I think is the best for beginners that aren't necessarily veterans, is what I call them, that don't really do many parties. So I have a recommendation on that. But as far as first carnival, if you're looking to nosedive, if you're looking to dive right into the carnival life, definitely Barbados Crop Over. So that was my first story time. I'm sorry if I kind of rambled, but there was a lot, and I just wanted to make sure I gave you guys all the details, all the gist. If you have any questions, anything that you want me to come back and cover, circle back. I'll do a part 2. Just drop the comments, let me know. Send us an email, info@teatravels.us. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Tea Travels 2019, and we will see you on the road.